Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I actually recorded earlier and I had Amelia in the car with me. She was so cute and she said hi to Jax, and I went and I thought it was completely uploaded and went and deleted it out of my photos and such, and it's gone. So I said, you know what? You still have a lot more to do here today. It's Friday. I'm actually going to pick up a hot chocolate for Tasha and an iced coffee for JR. Bring it back home. Then I'm heading out to Walmart and getting my prescriptions. And I don't know why it says still filling. I mean, it was from yesterday, so we'll see if it's done. I did watch the video today. I took it very much as a very deflecting video. Deflecting as is the dog is all over her. The dog is climbing on her back, and she's always holding it. And then she goes, oh, I forgot I was recording. You were looking right in the camera. You seen your camera right there. You have yours, I guess, in the middle of the dash or something, or maybe from your mirror. I do keep mine to the side because where mine is located, my rear view or my side view is right there. Here's my rear view, nothing in front of my window. So, yeah, there was a couple comments about driving and talking. Grow up. Okay. I'll grow up at 60, right? But, yeah, so Jim was in at the Dollar Tree, got a couple. I think she said that they needed a few things at home, but there was something she was happy to see. And I guess they didn't have everything she needed. I'm not sure. But we'll see a haul. I'm not sure whatever happened to that Walmart haul she was going to post. Remember some time ago when she first got the dog? Remember her sponsored video? There's a lot of things. It's just going to take effort. You have to put forth the effort to make a video. You know, you do. You have to put forth the effort. You have to, and it's not like she gets up and she does things. Like, she'll just sit on the couch, just like me. I'm sitting in the car. Or when I do a live, you know, I like to be able to be seen, but when I do when it's Jacqueline and I together, and I'm trying to control the screens and where I'm going, I'm not that great at it yet, guys. Will I get better? Hopefully. But I have to get close up, and you guys will be seeing like the eyeball or the bridge of the nose. Like, no, I'm not going to make you guys watch me looking like that. So, yeah, I enjoy the lives, guys. I really enjoy the lives. I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy trying to get people's questions, and you know, when someone does mention something, it brings up a whole nother subject, and then we're on to that, and, you know, we're talking about it, or we're joking, or we're laughing. It's just friends hanging out, right? So, I thought we would go to, Once Upon a Child, or, Five Below, but Tasha wants to put a bunch of, some clothes of Amelia's that now will fit Everly, you know, because Amelia outgrew them, and get some of Everly's smaller stuff out of her drawer, and then we'll bring that to Once Upon a Child maybe, and do an exchange, and you know what I mean, see what they have. But with the sun out, I love to get out. I almost forgot what I was going to get. Ridiculous. Let's see. Yes, can I please get a large hot chocolate with no whipped cream? Yes, a large iced coffee with the caramel swirl. Yep, extra with a shot of espresso. And that's it. Thank you so much. This one, Tasha gave me her card to use. this morning, I went to McDonald's and I got 3 bagel, steak, egg, and cheese. They were delicious. I'm not even going to bring my app down, guys. Hold on.
9:31. What's your receipt?
Please. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hot chocolate.
Okay.
And the iced coffee will be right down.
Okay, thank you.
Just straw for
All right, thank you. So I don't know about you guys, but here there's no tipping. That's why I do not tip. I tried to tip a couple times, even at Christmas time. No, they couldn't accept anything. So a lot of times what I do is pay it forward and pay for the car behind me. I'll do that once in a while. All right, so I told you I did get the bagel, steak, egg, and cheese. Thank you. Have a great day. That was delicious. I didn't think I could eat the whole thing. A lot of times I ate half of it, and I'll put the half away for like an hour or so later. But I must have been very hungry. I ate the whole thing. So, her sitting in front of the Dollar Tree with the puppy. You know, I think she said they had a Walmart pickup. I find it as pure deflecting. Also that she's gonna have a discussion on her live stream with her and Jim. Maybe make it a little more interesting. But what I have to say to you, James, is walk your walk. Don't come on, you know, you talked your talk. Now you've got to show us walk your walk. And I know Jerry probably takes this as me being mean and me. No, the only way to help someone out that is in that corner is not enable them. You know, just like with a drug addict, don't enable them. Just don't enable them. She has a food addiction. That's an addiction. It's a real addiction. And honestly, you want her up and moving, you want her doing more, and she should be doing dishes. There's no reason. No dishwasher or anything. She's not bending that far over. If she doesn't want to do the dishwasher, then you know what? Wash the dishes by hand. Just wash them by hand. You could stand at that sink. You could take a rest in your rollator. Don't move away from the sink, though. That'll be a downfall. You stay right there till you're rested, then you stand back up and you do a little more. People, I genuinely, I 100% get pain. Get pain. I 100%. If I let the pain that I feel, everyone else's pain is different. I get it. But if I let that keep me on the couch, which when I have a bad flare-up, it does keep me on the couch sometimes. But even if I'm on the couch for an hour or two, I'm like, you know what? The doctor always said, get up and move because you'll feel better. And it just repeats in my head. And I do. I get up and I move. And yes, I loosen up some. Yes, my bones and joints hurt. Do I want to sit in a corner and cry and suck my thumb sometimes? Yes, I do. That's how the pain is. Anybody that knows pain and experiences pain knows how debilitating it could be. So, this has been years. Like she was saying, I used to walk around and clean and do the dishes and when? You said in 2016. Well, didn't you have a YouTube channel in 2016 and 17? You weren't moving like that. What? Maybe Jim was moving, and maybe there was a couple you were standing at the stove or oven, but my goodness, ma'am, all you do is sit. That's what it's all about. And I don't mean to be rude, but at least be honest about it. All your subscribers have noticed it. All your subscribers have seen it. My question to you is too, how do you have 70,000 subscribers, but at the max getting 1,000 to 2,000 views? Does that tell you that maybe they're done? They're done watching the nonsense? Hold on, I'm going to text them. They can come out for it. All right, it's dropped off. I had mine already. So, let's go ahead and get this done. I'm not going to make this real long. I'm definitely going to be watching the live stream. I hope Jim, I'm addressing you. I emailed you twice now. There's no response. So, why, the put in the video, you wanted to reach out to me, you were willing to talk to me. I would do it even if you didn't want to do it live where there are comments. I would do a pre-recorded with you so you could speak on your own, and not be influenced by others around you. But it is what it is. I mean, I can't convince you otherwise, but I would suggest that not looking at the documents that she has printed out, because what she's done is gone in and changed some things, edited them, and then she edits them to what she wants to show you. Does that make sense? Stage 4, grade 4 cancer of the kidney is not going to go NED. It's not. You said it's still a stage 4, but it's much less something. I'd have to go back and listen. Oh, there's another thing that you said. I said I was going to sue the Gossip Bakery. Now, I don't recall saying that, but I definitely am going to go scroll through my transcript. And if someone finds it, share it with me. Let me know, hey, Diane, it's at, 11.2 seconds in a video. Because it's not about suing anybody. What it's about is finding out who is behind the fake names, who is behind certain phone calls, who is behind other things. And the weird thing is, there is 7 names, 7 people. Am I going to sue them? No, I'm not going to sue them. But I'm going to know who is who. You know what I mean? And if necessary, I wouldn't call them out by their personal name. I will call them out by their screen name. And it necessarily wouldn't be the screen name that is used in YouTube. That's all I'm saying. Do I want that behind me? Yeah, I want it behind me. Should my granddaughters be brought up in? Let's not even go there. That's what Jim was saying, okay? Anyways, so Jimmy, you sat there and through that whole video, you spoke clearly. You didn't have the problems like, you lost your head, you lost your train of thought, or you didn't have all that yawning. You had one cough. The one cough was when you said about the cancer. And to me, I don't know about anybody else, these are my thoughts and opinions. If the only time you cough and yawn is at a time when you're explaining something and it's not true, that's when it raises the red flags, big, huge red flags. Because I think before you do a video, I think she tells you what you can say. Oh, don't mention this, don't mention it. So I think that you get nervous of what you can and can't say. So you'll yawn or cough or something to distract you, to get you onto other things like, oh, my nasal and oh, my sinuses, and maybe I'm wrong. The whole Ames thing, it could be just a coincidence with what the Dad's Challenge podcast went through, but that's some scary stuff, right? You see how people can be. You know what I mean? You seen what I mean, and that was terrible that they were talking about a child, and horrible, horrific. Like, who has the right to do that? Who has that much time on their hands where they'll go and investigate and then be for this person and be there for them, and then turn it around and be talking behind their back? There's so many two-faced people in the world, so many backstabbers, and like okay, whoever she was, he called her Ames. Why, if you're going to go through all that stuff, why not have your own YouTube channel and do your own YouTube thing? Why hide behind a name and pretend to be somebody that you're not? That's what I don't understand. So, I'm sure a lot of people will be trying to watch the live. I know I find it difficult, and with a live, if you're watching it live, you can't speed it up. I mean, there's no speeding up because you're watching it live. You would have to start at least 15 minutes for it to be into it, but then you end up catching up to it anyway. So, but I hope to see Jimmy standing up for himself. I hope to see clear that end table off, Jeri. I don't care what you feel you need. You have everything from the kitchen sink next to you. You have toothpicks, you have dental floss, you have scissors, you have glasses, you have toenail clippers, nail file, your drink, your peanut butter. There's way more. All that stuff does not need to be within your reach. Something to drink, definitely. You know what? And if you need a snack, get up, get the snack, and walk back, because that way you're using a little bit of energy and such. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe I'm wrong in thinking that, but, you know, and with him saying about the dishes, I mean, I get Lisa's got a bad hip, but you can't stand up and do dishes. I had a bad hip. You know, yep, we're all different. We all deal with pain differently. You know, there was a lot of times that when I would stand and do things, I would stand on my one good leg, which wasn't that good either, because that needs a hip replacement and a knee replacement, but we'll call it the good leg. As I stated, when I had my hip replacement, I came out the same day, and that's what I'm trying to do with my knee replacement as well. My knee surgery was done in a hospital, but I might be able to get my hip replacement. I apologize. My hip replacement was done in a hospital. My knee replacement, I'm hoping just to get it done right at the one-day surgery center. It's a lot easier getting in and out, but we'll see. But with that hip surgery, I wasn't supposed to be driving for, I think, like 4 to 6 weeks. I was driving 4 days later. You know, I don't know. You know, and then, like, Jacqueline put it out there. Jeri said, my first time on my new knee, in the paperwork that she showed, what she showed was a hip replacement. That's exactly what my paperwork showed. This was a while back. But, and you heard Jim, he said she had a small mark on her tumor. That small mark on her tumor is on her adrenal gland. See, that's where I say, like, yeah, he knows a lot about the scamming and the dishonesty. He knows all that, no doubt. Does he know truly about the cancer? Because remember before, guys, when he came out and said, oh, it's much better than they had thought. It was stage 2 or something. And then he got corrected and had to fix that. And what I think they found out with the surgery, and probably even before that, was it is an adrenal adoma, and it was benign, which would relieve the heck out of it, right? You would be relieved. Then you could be like, oh yeah, well, Now the way she acted when she told you she had cancer, stage 4, grade 4, because she chose to choose happiness and joy and happiness. That's not how it works with cancer. That getting a stage 4 diagnosis, I'm sorry, you would not be happy or giddy or joke around shaving your hair or cutting your hair or none of it. You wouldn't. It's not a real cancer journey, and that's where I get upset. If you're gonna do your channel, like I said, you're gonna have to find a whole different group to follow, because your main channel were for crafts, which you haven't crafted in a good 3 years. I mean, if you use your little crafts that you haven't even finished the box that you started working on, 3 weeks ago? Spent some time. there's always an excuse. The excuse is you don't have the energy. You don't have the energy and stamina. Because if you look at yourself 2 months ago, go to a video back 2 months ago, and then go to your last Saturday Night Live, and where you're kind of like sitting forward with the dog in the chair, and look at the view from Jim's camera. You need to put forth effort. You need to. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but are you slowly killing yourself on purpose? Are you trying to eat yourself to death? Are you trying to give yourself congestive heart failure? You know, you said your mother had a problem with her heart. Well, you knowing that, you should be proactive and been doing things not to go that route. You know what I mean? I don't know how anybody is believing this story. The Margaret, the Grandma G, the Karen, what does she have, like 8 to 10 that kind of side with her? Well, are they family members? Don't know. Because you know what? Worrying about her stuff and what happens over there doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't. So, she can figure out what she needs to figure out, but I think she knows exactly who these people are. Just saying. It's too funny because that Margaret Rose has me blocked, right? So I've seen people commenting that on my channel addressing Margaret Rose. You could tell where it looks like the name would be highlighted, like, because it comes out at, but I can't see Margaret's because she's got me blocked. So you could comment in my comment section, right? But I can't see what you wrote because you got me blocked. Margaret, snitch. I need to go block you, because if I can't respond to you or correspond with you, you shouldn't be allowed to make any comments. So I do need to get you blocked, huh? I do. But so yeah, Jacqueline and I, we definitely need to do a live. We are right now on a 3-hour time difference, so, which might be easier for Jacqueline. I'm not 100% sure, because if it would be 8 o'clock here at 5 o'clock dinner time, you know, or if we do it at 9 p.m. and then 6 p.m. maybe I don't know if she's an early, you know, dinner or late, or, you know, whenever, because when you're older, it's not like you have that big family that you have. You know, some people still, my sister and brother-in-law still have a scheduled dinner time, but some people don't. They just, you know, eat when they're hungry, or, you know. That dog, though, is beautiful. I'm not going to lie. How about she asked you, would you rather the dog be euthanized? Well, aren't you using that dog for a lot of deflection? Puppies, normally, people will scoop puppies up, especially if free. The only thing with, if you give a free puppy, you really need to check the background. You need to make sure how their home is. You need to know if they have other dogs. You need to know if children are, you need to know a lot. Do they have a fenced yard? Are they active? Like, if you have free dogs, you look into this. And I believe, like Pam and her husband, I believe that they look into it, and then they are friends, or they follow and such, you know, where the puppy's going. Then you get the careless dog owners that didn't get their dog fixed or neutered, didn't plan on breeding it, but it just happened by mistake, and then they just give it away to anybody. But, you know, and then you're like, well, would you like it if it was eating out of garbage cans and was roaming around and could get run over by a car? So you play that sympathy. So the animal lovers will be like, oh no, you know, oh, and you said, oh, I know it's not blue, but it's puppy chow, I think you said. You know, it's you don't give a dog or a puppy snacks all day long. Yes, you do train an animal and you use like a clicker, or you do use a small piece of, I see that you break the treats up. Myself personally, when I train my Basset and my Roddy, I use chicken, chicken breast, and I had just taken a piece, cooked it all up, cut it all up, kept it in the refrigerator, it stayed fresh, and we do the sit, heel, lay down, you know what I mean? We do all that. But you trying to get your dog or your puppy to come to you to distract it and give it a treat, that's not how it works. That you really don't distract your dog with a treat. You really get up and you train it. You get up. That puppy should be like a child to you. So if your child is at the oven or stove, right, and the burner's hot because you have electric burners, and they go to touch that, are you going to shake a chip bag and tell the child, no, come here, chips? You're not going to do that. You're going to get up and you're going to run. You're going to no, don't touch that. That's hot. And I can guarantee you, that's how most parents feel. And thank you, I do want to say, Jim did not at least put my grandchildren down. I appreciate that, because you did write a comment saying you hope she didn't end up like me. You know what? I hope she does end up like me. I do. Because she'll be strong. She'll be determined. She'll have goals in life. She's, she's only 3. But all she's been saying since she was about 18 months, I'd be a doctor. I'd be a doctor. My cousin down in Florida, her daughter would always say, I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a lawyer. Guess what? She's a lawyer. She owns her own law firm down in Florida. So, you give them hopes, you give them dreams, you give them wishes. So, puppy pads, I get it. And hey, I seen it by the door. Great job. They are expensive. The dog, after knowing where to go, shouldn't be using them after a while. Like during the daytime, if you're home, I wouldn't even put a puppy pad down. As soon as that dog went to the door or walked towards the door, I'd be up and say, okay, maybe it didn't go to the door, but it went near it, so let her out for a little bit. It's healthy for Jim to take that dog for a walk, though, genuinely, Jim, I'm sorry. And you can get that break. Go for a half hour to a 45-minute walk around the block a couple times, like on the sidewalk. Let that dog know if it gets lost or anything, it knows its way home. But that will get you your free time that you're saying you need away from the house. Your dog will give you that. Your dog, your puppy, though you say it's like Jerry's puppy now, and I know you say, oh, you're tired, because you work part-time, but you do. I guarantee you work more than full-time at home, waiting on hand and foot. Like, you just say, hey, on this day, on my day off, I'm going to the trail with the puppy, and I'll be gone about an hour. You take that puppy out, walk slow, let it sniff around, let it explore, and let it learn how to be on a leash. This cancer, though, it's got to stop. How is it ever going to stop? Is Jerry ever going to admit it? And I'll tell you to this day, Jim, now you changed your tune on the cruise. I wouldn't. I would, exactly. She wants you to think you're going to be weighted on hand and foot. And pretty much, they make your bed. You can call room service. It's the nicest thing to do is tip for room service, right? A gratuity, correct? Yes, you do go to a buffet. They don't bring the food to you. You have to go up in the buffet line, stand in it, and wait for it. And what's going to happen is you're going to be bringing dishes back to your wife. You said, oh, I'm not going to. This is what in reality happens on a cruise. If you go to the captain's dinner or such, yep, you can go there. You can be dressed up. They will wait on you there. They will. There's just a lot of things to think about. If, like you said, your credit cards are maxed out and such, then what I would do, personally, in my honest opinion, is be like, let her go on the cruise with her family. I'm going to stay home, get the money back, slam it on a couple credit cards, and get that break that you need of waiting on someone hand and foot. That's my thoughts and opinions. But anyways, I'm going to go in here and get to Walmart. And you know me, I will be back. And hopefully maybe alive this weekend. Take care, guys.